This is how men are wired.
Yes. That was what I was trying to explain.
Hey guys, and welcome to Little Black Bird 91. Listen, my camera's a bit mad, but you know what it is. We're gonna do it. Listen, we're breaking it all the way down. I'm breaking down this particular scene. I brought the video so you guys can actually see what's going on. So if you don't watch the show, you're gonna at least see some clips. So I'm gonna break down a specific scene. This is episode 4. Madness ensues in episode 4. Tababa, who's a gentleman, the gentleman who was speaking there, and his wife Annie, the Indibas, they're having a conversation at dinner time. Because the window, they're having a conversation at dinner time, and the conversation flips into about cheating and men having sex without thinking about it, etc., etc., and it blows up in a madness. And so we need to have a real conversation, one, about how this conversation came up, because it wasn't Nadia's fault. First and foremost, let's stop that conversation. It wasn't Nadia's fault. And to blame Nadia is a I don't want to call it a form of misogyny, but it's like it was who brought the conversation? He did. So he's got to deal with it. Like, don't blame me. You know what I mean? So first and foremost, got to deal with that. Number 2, got to talk about Annie and her history when it comes to Tubaba, because, baby, she's accepted a lot in the face of this madness, okay? Number 3, we got to talk a little bit about Andil as well, and his idealism, his idyllic thought process when it comes to this marriage. This marriage is shambolic. It works, it's functional. Yes, it's nothing to look at and get excited over and think, I'm going to plan my marriage on your marriage. Like, I'm going to take, constructs from what you said. Like, at one point, Andil in another episode was like, I love what you and Annie have brought to the table. And you know what? I'm going to bait, I want to learn some things from you. It's like, Andil, Andile, no. We're not learning from them. We are not learning from them. Why are you getting so excited about their relationship? Like, their relationship ain't that great. Like, do you know what I mean? So we're gonna have a real conversation about it. We're gonna break it all the way down. So listen, if you're new to the channel, like it, share, subscribe, and click on the bell button for notification of the uploads. And for those of you who are returnees, we know what it is, baby. You got the minerals. You got the minerals. Stay hydrated, because streets out there are hot. Okay, they are hot. All right. Yeah, don't play with me, baby. Don't play with me. All right, cool. I'm gonna put it back on this. Let's get the conversation flowing. All right, let's get into this, and I'll show you some clips as well.
It got a little awkward. I honestly don't understand how we got here with Two-Face.
I'm only gonna make love to who I love, but I can fuck when my man nature. Yeah, but actually that goes.
All righty. First point. Let's just break this down. First and foremost, that first point, right? The madness of the situation was he brought up the story. He first started off by saying, I remember a funny story of somebody telling a situation about a man, etc., right? And so he brought the conversation and then went on to a situation about how a man can have sex. Now, let's get first and foremost, right? He's absolutely right. No, we're not going to lie about it. Okay, we're not going to lie about it. But the reality is, was this an appropriate moment to have this conversation? Absolutely not. Was this an appropriate moment to bring up this conversation? Absolutely not. Did you have to go into this type of conversation at the table? Absolutely not. Who told you to bring up the conversation? Nobody. So you're on your own island bringing up this conversation when you know your wife is triggered. So, see, for me, okay, all right. See, for me, what I got from this situation was, this is a brother who doesn't give a hoots anymore. He doesn't care. He does not care about Annie. Look, he knows Annie's going to stay. We have a phrase in Africa, catch 'em young. Catch 'em young. Right? Catch 'em young. When you catch them young, what happens? They stay long. Because she's been there since she, 16, 17? Like, she's been there since she was a kid. And he was like 20-something. So it's a big gap, number one. No, it's not really a huge gap, but it's a young age, impressionable, That's all she's pretty much kind of known. And then, you know, he becomes this amazing superstar. I said it to some people already. Where's she going? She doesn't even know that she can go. You know what I mean? Because all she's ever known is him. You know what I mean? Right? Now, the first and foremost particular situation is with Tubaba and her, obviously they were coming also from the village too. So this is another situation as well. I believe if I remember correctly, the history, they're coming from the village, which is another thing, which plays another part in the dynamics of their relationship as well, right? And then obviously coming now to here, this brother is a superstar. And so, you know, she was a superstar. And so he was a superstar, and he's now doing whatever he wants to do, right? Let's just be honest. He had kids. 2 other women have been pregnant from him. He has 5 kids overall, and I think they only have 2. So there are 3 kids elsewhere, 2 kids here. Like, he's had kids on you, baby. Okay, he's had kids on you, baby. All right, this is not something. I'm not about to glorify this. He's had kids on you, baby. All right. Now we know that superstars have a different lifestyle. We understand that, but look, it's political. Okay, all right. I think we all know Annie ain't going nowhere. Annie, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Annie's not going anywhere, right? Now, how I knew he didn't really care anymore, right? And how I knew that he knew that she was going to come back is when she left the table. He didn't even go after her, right? Now, let's get back to the scene. In this particular scene, when you hear the conversation coming between himself and the group on the table, Annie's first reaction was, first of all, your language. Okay, cool. He continues the story on to say, well, when my manly thing comes over me, I can just F. Why is this a part of the conversation? This is a boys' conversation. You know what I mean? Like, Tubaba, this is a boys' conversation. It's not for the girls. This is not a conversation for the girls. Huh? Right? This is not a conversation for the girls. It's a conversation for the boys. This is a conversation we have amongst us as boys, as men. We chop it up behind the scenes. This ain't even a conversation for the open air. You have these real conversations behind the scenes. And I know some people might not like it, but this, you know, women, they have their own real conversations too, and they have their group chats. So, you know, as men, we might discuss it, like, bro, like, you know, sometimes I get heated. Do you know what I mean? Or you might have a real conversation about your partner and say, hey, look, the reason why I did what I did was because I felt like this was coming over me and I just wanted to do it. That makes sense. But you just go out and just say that unprovoked, tell the table, tells me you're not really thinking about your partner, number one. Number two, you know your partner is going to be triggered because the situation at hand that's playing about is problematic as it is, and you want to bring up a conversation that's close to that situation. You don't care about your partner. Like, you know what I mean? You don't care about your partner. That's got nothing to do with Nadia. Please leave my beautiful Nadia alone, okay? All right, Nadia. Just in case you ever watch this, baby, we were looking at you, baby, because you're looking fine, okay? All right, you know what I'm saying? Now we need a few more dark skins in this show. I'm not gonna say anything, but you know, I'm gonna deal with Annie. You know, I mean, deal with Annie. You know what I mean? I appreciate Annie, but no, Nadia's a beautiful specimen. So, but it's like we can't blame Nadia because it wasn't her who brought the conversation. She just asked the questions. Do you know what I mean? Right? Let's continue.
Hold on. Wait. You saying you can?
No, he's not saying that.
Are you saying this specifically to you?
Why is Innocent speaking? What is he doing? Oh my gosh. Like,
now this is the first part, okay? Nadia's asked the first question. Is this specific to you? Okay. All right. Nadia's asking this specifically. Is this specific to you? Right? You're talking about this conversation, but is it specific to you? So we know how to handle what you're giving us. Now, to Baba, he's not too alien from English to know what she's saying. Make it clear and make it plain, right? Make it very plain and make it very clear. There's no need for this to go round the mill the way it does. It's because of the way that he handles the situation. Now he knows. He knows. Okay, he knows that he could address us earlier, and he's trying to blame it, saying Nadia was misinterpreting what he was saying. Really? Because the whole table didn't get it. Even your wife got up and walked away. Right? Nadia didn't get it. Why is Andile trying to stop Nadia from asking questions if he truly meant what he meant? If you understood what he said, why is Kaylee looking confused? Right? Why is Kaylee also asking the same questions in her cutscene, in her confessions, the same question that we're all asking, which is, do you mean you, or do you mean this is something else? Like, let's be clear here. Let's be guided, young ones, right? So we know already that this conversation, the way you've taken it, people are confused. Don't blame Annie. Don't blame Nadia. You know what I mean?
He really wants to upset Annie.
Like it or not, men are wired like that. A man would love a woman to help.
100%.
But maybe he's somewhere.
Yeah.
He's deep.
Okay, look. Another thing here that's happening is, which is interesting, is he says, listen, that a man can be somewhere, and his penis will just react in a mad way and he will go about his business. The issue isn't that he's not telling the truth. The issue is, what context are you telling this truth in? Why is the context of the conversation? Why is the context of the conversation being about this issue? Why is this context of the conversation at this point, at this thing about a man could be some, like, look, it's mad. It's actually mad. The rumors are saying that you had another baby on your wife, and you're having a conversation in front of company and telling company what a man can be somewhere else, love his wife, and still have sex. He's not lying, we know, but the reality is, sir, why are we having this conversation at the table? And now it sounds like you're saying you do this, because it's almost like saying, I have a friend. I'm asking this question for a friend, when really the question for your friend is for you. And it's like saying, oh, I know some men do this, blah blah blah, when you're really saying it's you. You know what I mean? So it's embarrassing, because everybody knows that, we all know that you're not talking about someone else. You're talking about yourself. You're not talking about a friend. You're talking about someone else. You feel me? We know you're not talking about someone else. We know you're talking about you're talking about yourself, right? So you can't now change it. Now it's about you. You know what I'm saying to you? It's about you, no one else.
Could just decide something.
No, he's mine, not his dick. It's not his own entity.
Okay, how about you look at it? He will fuck.
Even if he's married,
But he
and he's
will not
committed.
even give a fuck about that person. He just wants to.
So is that us? Yeah, you're talking about generally, or you're talking about yourself? That's what
Is this
she's
what
trying
you
to ask
believe, or you're talking about Jimmy?
This is what I believe.
But it's like you.
See how he's and he's still confusing it. So they're asking him now, is it what you believe, or is this general? There was actually two questions being asked, and that's the problem why. But is it general, or is it what are you saying here? Okay, is it general, or is it thingy? That is what you're telling me, right? And in reality, right, when he then goes and says, this is what I believe, it sounds like what you're really saying is, this is what I do. Okay, that's what it sounds. It sounds like, this is what I do. Okay, like, it's like, bro, like, bro, this is what you do, sir. I need you to have different beliefs. I need you to have different beliefs, because this kind of belief that you're having right now is making you look suspect. It's making you look like you are actually saying that you're out here in them streets. So that's what I think the confusion is. And that's why Nadia was trying to clear up. She said specifically, so are you talking, is this how married men think? And instead of him to slow down, shut his mouth, keep quiet, use wisdom in this moment, he went to yappa some more and made it even worse. Because what he should have done was slow down and say, hey, wait, hold on. What question are you asking me? Are you saying me personally as a married person? But we know you heard. You just kept on going. You didn't care. He doesn't care, because Annie ain't going nowhere. Okay? Annie, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay, Annie?
Or is that belief?
I'm not gonna lie, just hearing you say that, I'm kind of embarrassed.
What are you saying?
There's no way what he's saying right now is what he means. But in actual fact, it's what he means.
And this is the point. They tried to give him chances to clear it up, but brother wasn't clearing it up. They tried to give him chances to clear it up, but the brother wasn't clearing it up. It wasn't getting clearer. It wasn't getting clearer in terms of backing his point. It was getting clearer in terms of the fact that he's moving mad. You understand what I'm saying to you? It was getting clearer that he's moving absolutely mad. And so in all honesty, what are we supposed to do? All right, what are we supposed to do? If you told us that you out here in them streets, what are we supposed to do? You know what I mean? Right? And they asked you to clear it, and you're still doing what you're doing. And you can see that Annie's getting visibly pissed off and hurt in this moment. See that she's getting frustrated. She's getting it's hurting her because he's doing this now in public. That's a level of respect he has for you. That is a level of respect that he has for you. Man can't even cheat respectfully. He gonna come and tell us and brag about it. He's not even respectful when he's cheating.
I couldn't believe it.
But I think we're misunderstanding you. Is this how you feel in your relationship? That's what you said.
This is what I think.
That's what he's
This is
saying,
how
yeah.
I reason.
No. Hold up.
In your relationship.
Hold on.
That's what I think. That's what he said.
Now listen, it wasn't a trick question. It wasn't a trick madness. They asked a very serious, simple question. Is this what you feel and this is what you believe? And then is this how you behave in marriage? And he said, this is how I think. And this is what I think. Yeah. Yeah, it's how I think. It's how men think. So now what do you want to do with it? What do you want to do with it? So now Andile, instead of actually shutting down to Baba, which he should do, he should come out to Baba. He tried to go for the lesser. He tried to go for the woman to be like, hey, you're asking mad questions. What mad questions? Kaylee's asking the same questions and trying to save his ass. And he's not saving his ass. He's not saving his ass. Yeah, he's making his ass dirtier. You understand what I'm saying to you? Yeah? So, like Kaylee and Nadia are trying to actually save him by asking him the question again to make sure, are you really saying what you're saying? We don't want you to look mad. Are you sure you're saying what you're saying to me? And yet, at that point in time, old boy is still going at it. And Andile, instead of actually checking to Baba, he's out here checking Nadia. I'm like, hold on. Shut it, Andile. Andile, yoo-hoo, shut up. Stop it. It's your boy you must check. It's your boy you should be telling you to Baba. Stop, to Baba, stop. To Baba, allow it. It's your boy you should be saying stop to, but you didn't. And that for me is also problematic because it's like, why is your first instinct to go to Nadia when she's not asking? She's not asking. She didn't bring up the conversation. Your boy did. Yeah. So he has to take accountability. You have to question him on that.
You better stop. You're gonna get stabbed.
I don't necessarily
Hold on.
do
He's
it.
not talking about himself.
Okay, yeah, that's
I
what
don't necessarily do it.
That's what I'm saying.
I know
Okay.
that this is like
how men are wired.
Yes.
Now he tried to clear it up by saying, I don't necessarily do it. I don't necessarily do it, or I don't do it. Which one are you talking about? I don't necessarily do it doesn't mean that you don't do it. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? I don't necessarily do it doesn't mean that you don't do it. You understand what I'm saying to you? I don't necessarily do it does not mean I don't do it. Okay? All right? So in this instance, clearly, okay, all right, clearly there's issues, right? And he should have kept quiet about it, right? He should keep quiet, but instead he opened his mouth to talk. I don't necessarily do it. That means you do it. You feel me? You know? So yeah, like I'm looking at him like, so that's why he's embarrassing her, but he's doing it in public, and yeah, that's wild to me.
That was what I was trying to explain, you know. But Nadia was trying to be funny, and I think that was quite disrespectful. Like, yo, you know exactly what I'm talking about, and you're trying to act the fool, you know.
Yeah.
Now look, Annie leaves the table. And he's trying to blame Nadia as well. Like she knew what I meant. No, we didn't. Okay? No, we did not. Uncle, we did not know what you were talking about. We were not sure. Okay? Uncle, we were not sure at all. Yeah? We were not sure at all. We didn't know. So if you think it's Nadia misinterpreting what you're saying, Kaylee was there too, misinterpreting what you're saying too. Why are we all coming at Nadia? Nadia ain't the one to blame. Is she only asked questions to clarify what you were saying? You are the one that you're not smart. You're not using your brain, right? And right now you've embarrassed her in front of her own friends. Okay, all right, and you've publicly disgraced her. That's got nothing to do with Nadia. You said what you said out your mouth. See, that lack of accountability tells me that you're not going to be accountable for your cheating either. right? You're not even gonna be. You're not even if that lack of accountability on this table tells me you're gonna be lack of accountability is gonna be on when you deal with Annie too. You can't even hold yourself accountable for the things you said, and I'm gonna be thinking you're accountable in your relationship when you're cheating. Annie, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Too baba. It's not a good look, bro. It's not a good look.
Honestly and truly, I felt uncomfortable. Like, why must it always be about my relationship?
From somewhere, from
Give me 2 seconds.
I'm listening. One second.
I don't want to have that. Oh, because
I don't know what Andile is trying to do. I don't know what Andile is trying to do. You know, I don't know what Andile is trying to do because, bro, what 2 seconds do you want? Talk to Baba. What is a 2 seconds? You're trying to talk. What is it? You want to tell Nadia that, oh, by the way, they have a scandal. They cheat on each other. He cheated on her. I don't think anybody doesn't know. We're asking questions like we're not asking questions that we don't know. We're asking questions because what you're saying sounds mad. Andile, turn your head and face your boy and have the conversation with him. Because he's still talking, even now, even as Annie has got up and he definitely saw her leave and she weren't okay. You can tell that straight away, all right? And then literally she walks out and Tubaba is still talking. Tubaba is still having a conversation. He's still holding the frame of the table. Tubaba is still deep in conversations. So what do you want me to do? Tubaba's here just talking. What do you want me to do? Instead of Tubaba to get up and leave the table and say, hey guys, sorry, I think the conversation's gone too far. Let me go and speak to my wife. No, he's still talking. Because you know why? Annie ain't going nowhere. Okay? All right? Annie ain't going nowhere. Annie ain't going nowhere. Yeah. Annie ain't going nowhere. She ain't leaving. Right? So this situation is showing me about him, right?
Oh, okay.
I don't know when Nadia's getting the temerity to have this conversation, especially knowing the history of the DBS. We're all aware of what they've just had to come out of.
Triggering conversation.
I don't want to have that problem.
I'm not. He's talking. I'm not stop talking.
And this is my issue with Andile as well, right? What the hell is Andile? Why is he talking to Nadia? Your boy is literally talking as you're trying to talk to Nadia, as if what she should walk away. Should Nadia be rude and get up and walk away? It's a triggering conversation. Who brought up the conversation, Andile? I need you to open your ears. I need to pay attention. It's not Nadia who brought up the conversation, so I need you to open your ears and pay attention. You know what I'm saying to you? Like, that for me is problematic. I've already told you about Andile. Andile is problematic himself. Okay, and Dile's problematic himself. All the two baby mothers said there was a toxic, turbulent relationship. So we will deal with Andile another day. But Andile trying to look up to Tubaba when you know he's cheated on his wife, and your wife, who's your friend, makes me. It's where's your brain? Do you see what I'm saying to you? Now, we have to really deep Andile here. Look, I like Andile. I do. I actually like Andile. I kind of see myself in him a little bit. That's the problem as well. We got a dark nature, right? He's intelligent, right? So he's not dumb. He's a very intelligent man, very, very smart and educated man. So the fact that you are almost enamored by their commitment is scary to me, because you're enamored by what? The fact that Annie has stayed committed to a man that has several times cheated on her. Is that what we're enamored by? I'm not enamored by that relationship. You know what I mean? I'm not enamored by that relationship, right? Oh, sorry. So why would I be excited about that situation? So the fact that Andile is excited about the fact that Tubaba and her have made it through, and then now in this situation, instead of checking Tubaba and saying to Tubaba, hey bro, come on man to man, this ain't the right conversation, bro. It's triggering to your wife, right? Instead of Andile standing up and being counted and holding his ball in his hand and saying, like, hey bro, come on, bro, right? Because if I love you as my boy, I'm going to tell you to shut the fuck up. Excuse my French. If I love you as my boy, I'm going to tell you, bro, shut the fuck up. your wife is going. If I love you and I love your marriage, and I say to you that I'm backing you, right? I'm gonna tell you, hey, bro, shut the frick up, because you're going wild right now. What the hell are you doing, bro? Your girls, you know what I'm saying? If I'm really your boy, I keep saying this, like, if I'm really your boy, you know what I mean? The problem is I'm not really your boy. So all this enama doesn't make sense to me, because I would have shut it down. Not because I'm a great person, but because I'm like, bro, you are killing your own space. We have these conversations behind the scenes, not in front of people. So me and him, I would have been like, bro, hey, shh. I'm not going to be looking at the girl who has no affiliation to their marriage, the girl who's listening to the conversation, who didn't bring up the conversation. I'm not going to be trying to get her to stop talking. No, I need to get Tubaba to stop talking, because if she talks, there is no trouble. If he talks, there's trouble. Do you get me? You know what I mean? If I'm your boy, I'm gonna tell you. If you're my boy, I'm gonna tell you. You know what I mean? Clearly, I can't. You're gonna kill your relationship with this nonsense.
How are you speaking? I'm doing absolutely nothing. What am I doing? I'm not doing anything. He's talking and giving them about himself. I did not put an inception in his mind for him to regurgitate the nonsense he was saying right now. It was complete nonsense. I couldn't believe it. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm not saying anything. How am I?
And he's still, listen, by the way, he's still talking behind the scenes, you know. He's still talking behind the scenes about it's the nature. I can hear him behind the scenes. It's the nature. Look, again, I'm going to say it straight again. Listen, I'm not saying that we don't, as men, have the audacity, yeah, and the confidence to want to move mad. Yeah, it's normal. We understand, right? I'm talking about the urge, not talking about actually cheating. The urge, we all know, okay? But the reality of the situation, okay, is that when you yield to it, you're indisciplined and you're breaking your family up and you're hurting the people that you say you love. Now, if you tell me it's my nature on a bountiful table of people, I'm going to think that is what you do right now. There are conversations that are for chambers and there are conversations that are for the common marketplace. This is a chamber conversation. This is a conversation amongst trusted friends. This is a conversation amongst trusted colleagues. Scrap that. I want to keep it as friends. Right? You don't have this conversation in the marketplace where everybody can pick up whatever they heard and run with it. And you're still talking up until this point in time now. You're still remonstrating about your issue, about what you feel it is. That's nuts to me. And your wife is still gone.
Annie leaving the table is almost Annie detaching herself even from her friends, because she's invited people she trusts and loves in order to break bread with her husband.
I mean, hey, listen, I'm just saying, look, if she invited people that she trusts, I hear you. It's the person that she shouldn't be trusting is Tubaba. Because clearly he can't keep it in his pants and he can't keep his mouth shut either. So he's even, we talk about, listen, we talk about cheating that's respectful. Look, I'm not saying anybody should be cheating. By the way, you shouldn't cheat, okay? Love your partner. Do not cheat. But there's a type of cheating that's respectful where people don't find out and you don't talk about it, okay? People don't find out and you don't talk about it. This level is a level of disrespect that gets people snapped. You understand? This is the kind of disrespect that gets people snapped. I don't want to see our good girl Annie snap because old boy couldn't keep, conversation to a minimum. You could have spoke about, there was so many different topics in the world you could have spoke about relationships. Why? You could have given them some knowledge, broke bread with them in knowledge. And yet, and Dilay's still doing the same thing that Annie does, which is not really looking at the real epicenter of the issue. He's still looking at the fact that Nadia shouldn't ask this question and they're having issues and having problems. Why is that your epicenter? Why is that your epicenter?
It's not what this feels like.
Huh? It's not my fault. Don't blame it on me. No, it's not my fault. No.
So, I think personally, on that argument and that particular conversation, he has to take some accountability. We shouldn't be blaming, Nadia for the situation. This is all to do with Baba and his ego. Here's the reality. Baba has an ego, okay? He's very low key, but he has an ego. He was low key confessing, low key giving some glory to his own behavior, right? But he was doing it in a very subtle way. Rather than coming full out and saying it, there's a very subtle glow. Oh, I don't necessarily do that. Oh, I know guys who do this. But do you do it? Clearly you're different to Baba. Clearly you're different, because that's what you're actually saying. What you're saying is it's a man's nature, and what you're saying is you are different because you ain't doing that, right? Do you see the problem with that? Do you see the problem with you saying it's a man's nature to go out there and have sex freely? That now, if it is a man's nature, what you're telling me is you're one of the few people who are going against man's nature. Do you see how problematic that sounds? That you are one of the few men in the world, and he's so blessed and lucky to have somebody who is what? Not got that nature, or they know how to tame that nature. Do you see the premise of your argument is starting to go a very dangerous place now? You've boxed yourself in by saying it's a man's nature, right? And it's a negative trait of him cheating. And it's like almost saying that women should just accept it. No, they don't have to. And they shouldn't. Why should they accept, you're going to keep on cheating? It's an abusive relationship at that point. And I say that emotionally and mentally it is, because you're doing them dirty. You know what I mean? You're betraying them. So sad. Poor girl. And all that time, she walked off. He didn't go after her. He spent more time trying to explain his position. What was he interested in? What was his value in? Is his value in his marriage, or his value in his own ego in this point? At this point, it seems like his value is in his own ego, right? So that's the real thing. Now, Annie, we know that Annie ain't going nowhere. Now, Annie needs to learn how to create better boundaries, have some self-value. But the reality is, because she was so young when she dated him, it's very hard to do so. And something that my friend pointed out when we were watching it is that Annie's very childlike in her pettiness. And I was like, do you know what? I didn't even deep it, but yeah, you're right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I get that. 100%. I definitely hear that as well. She's got that pettiness that's like a child. So when she was fighting with Swanky's got that pettiness too, but he's young. He's 20-something. And she's a grown-ass 40-something doing pettiness like a kid. And I realized something also that in an argument between Swanky and Annie, Annie was so deflective and refusing to accept responsibility, right? Refusing to accept responsibility for her part in the issue with Swanky. Like, she literally deflected. And I said, wow, okay. So there's some behaviors of Annie that are not great either. There are some behaviors of Annie that are problematic. Right? So I don't know. It's interesting to see that, because I think with Annie and Tubaba, she has been such a younger person in this relationship. Yeah, she has. She's always playing that card. I can't lie to you. I'm tired of it. But the situation with her and Tubaba, it's not going to change, because the power dynamic has always been in his favor. And until she wakes up and smells a salary, until she wakes up and smells the Kenko freaking coffee, until she realizes that she's been fooled, until she realizes she's been living in La La Land, until she realizes that she has come out of the Alice in the Wonderland hole, she ain't going to see the Matrix for the Matrix is. She ain't going to see the world for what it really is. And she's going to always see it through Tubaba's eyes. That's why she takes the sparing compliments and the sparing ability of his love, at the times that she does. Disappointing. Old lady's hurt, So for me, with Annie and Tubaba, yeah, this ain't gonna change. We're blowing our air, but no one needs to go and try and pull away from that situation. She ain't coming out of it. She ain't. Not yet, anyway. She has to get to a point where she's sick and tired of it, as a Yana would say. But yeah, she definitely likes to be the elder respect card. She loves that. She loves a little, respect me because I'm an elder. It's nonsense, but I get it. From a culture, it does make sense. Now, I think, in bringing to a close with Annie and Tubaba, I really do feel that she has survived a lot of the relationships. She has survived a lot of the situation with Tubaba, right? So she has seen these women come and then go, and she's stayed the course. And sometimes there's a little bit of that, oh, I'm a champion, I've done well, I've overcome, I've beaten the odds by sticking with a man that does say those mad things on a table. Sometimes the ego is excited because you've gone through so many downloads that when you go high, you accept it, whatever it is. I'm just saying, so we're gonna do a lot more of these breakdowns in the next few days. Okay, I'm gonna try to do it by episode 2. I'm gonna try and do episodes as well. I'm gonna do it, but I'll do it tomorrow. When I'm back in Birmingham, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do breakdowns by the episode, but I also want to focus on specific situations because there's a situation I want to focus on too. I want to focus on Annie and Swanky and Lewis and Swanky, because I felt like Swanky was bullying Lewis, if I'm honest with you, and then tried to pertain it and he too gaslight the situation like, oh, the only reason why I was doing what I was doing because you weren't speaking up. Nah, nigga. The reason why you were doing what you're doing is because you're mean. I don't start being mean to people just because they're not as talkative. That's nuts. Let's stop lying. You don't gaslight the situation. You were mistreating him, and you were lying on his name. You went and told Banang the false truth. He didn't say those things, and that's what started to be for him, right? And that was Swanky once more again, right? Swanky, don't tell your business to Swanky and Kani, because Swanky and Kani, they get their hold of it, they're going to twist it up, and not the truth. Okay, they're going to twist it up, right? So it's quite interesting to see that, Swanky was coming after Luis the way he did. So I don't know. I didn't like that. But we're going to discuss a lot of it as well, we're going to discuss obviously Fontana and Zari situation. I don't know what Zari thinks this is, but I need Zari to get her head in check. Baby, listen, Zari, you Diamond's your baby daddy. Okay? It starts there and it ends there. Diamond is your baby daddy. It starts there and it ends there. I need you to stop this nonsense you're doing. Okay? Zari, your baby is your baby daddy, not your man. And yet every cutscene we see Zari holding on to Diamond's hand and holding on to his arm, basically trying to make herself over important in Diamond's life when you now well know that ain't it. I said something to my friend about Swanky. I said Swanky gets away with his behavior because he's gay. I'm just gonna take it straight, right? I was saying to her that there was a part where Swanky started like shouting at the girl, and I said, "Did you notice that the women didn't get scared?" I said, "There's a double standard there, right? Because right, he starts screaming and shouting and forgetting that he's a man still." But then she kind of let me know like she agrees, but there is a difference in the terms of the history. And I was like, I get it. I do understand now. When she explained the history of the fact that, you don't really see gay men hurting black women. You see straight men, hetero men doing that. So there's a history behind us as hetero men. When we get angry, we might lose it, we might hurt. And I said, okay, I get that. I do understand that. So, but I did notice that I said with Swanky, and not just Swanky, with other gay men too, sometimes I'll be looking at them, the way they're arguing with these women, like, yo, you are not a woman, you're a man. But I also understand the background that comes with it. And I do have to say, oh, okay, sorry, I apologize. He's not gay. Okay, he's not gay. Okay, he's not gay. Okay. I apologize. He's not gay. Okay, so he's straight, is he? Okay, so he's one of those. He's like a almost like what Prince was. We call him a Dandine. Is it Dandine or what it's called? I don't know what it's called. There's a name for it, like when they're a seduction, they're art of seduction in a way. You know, so for me personally, I was like, yo, I don't understand, you know, I said, I know that I don't like what Swanky was doing at one point. Androgynous, yeah, thank you. But I didn't like what Swanky was doing. You know, I was like, I didn't like what he was doing in certain points. And it just gives him an excuse to be bitchy. It's like, you know, like his excuse, you know, that excuse, dandy. Thank you, Tyra. Thank you. That's actually the word I was actually looking for, is dandy. But it's like that excuse of, you know, you can be bitchy like the women. It's like, nah. You know what I mean? Nah. Let's not. Okay? Let's not. Yeah, let's not. We're not about that. So yeah, no. So that was that really big issue that we're gonna talk about this week as well. I think also dealing with Fontana Diamond with the Zari situation too, because I think that was powerful. And look, I you know what, Fontana, I rate her. She said straight up, listen, I'm here for the madness. Okay. All right. So he said, I'm here for the madness. You know, I'm here for the madness. So I was like, okay, Fontana came at Zari and give her a good and I said, well done, because she needed it. She got out of pocket and out of place. And who else? Well, there was a beef between obviously Lewis and Bonag as well, which didn't make sense. The Bonag and Lewis beef doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense because he came out and said he was the issue. And Bonag still had an issue. I said, at this rate, Bonag, you're the problem. The brother came and told us he is the issue. He apologizes. He made a mistake. And still Bonag heard the lie by Swanky, because it was Swanky who did it. It was Swanky who did it, right? It was Swanky who lied. And that's why I said, Swanky, Carney, Bonag, okay, all right? Don't tell them your issues, because they all snitch, right? Bonag snitched on Fontana about the diamond situation. Our brother Swanky, he snitched, okay? He snitched also on Fontana as well, when Fontana's meant to be his friend, and snitched to Zari. Oh, because I don't want no problems. Yeah, but no one needs to know. You don't need to be the one to tell. You didn't say anything. Why did you have to go and snitch to Zari? Like, you know, oh, I don't want problems between you two. Really? Okay. All right, really? Listen, and that trailer proposal, we're going to talk about it. Don't worry. We're going to talk about it. I'm probably going to do it tomorrow. I want to do the trailer proposal probably tomorrow, because that's nuts. The trailer proposal is absolutely nuts. Okay? Absolutely nuts. And I want to go deeper into that, because I'll tell you why. He started, look, there's manipulation that people are doing, you know. Maybe he's not aware. I'm going to tell you, I don't know if you guys noticed the manipulation that he did. It's not the trial proposal. It's what happened after. Woo, baby. There's a lot of manipulation from everybody, to be honest, but we're going to talk about it. But that trailer proposal, after they have a conversation and she says, why did you do it? Da-da-da. And then they end up into an argument. But the argument starts when he says, I don't think you're being serious about this relationship and about marriage. Nigga, what? What? If you don't think I'm being serious, why the hell would you write a trial proposal? When you know all she's told you is, I want to get married. Right? So now he tries to start an argument to make it deflect away from the original conversation, which is about the marriage, about the trial proposal. So now she's going to forget about the trial proposal. It's going to be an argument about her not being serious. So now she's going to be fighting for her life, about a situation that about not being serious about marriage now. So now the fight's going to be about you're not serious about marriage. Oh, I am serious about marriage. He's moved it. He shifted it. Negro, if you're scared of marriage, you said it. It's okay. This manipulation you're doing is not necessary. Okay? It's not necessary. Yeah? It's not necessary. It's nuts. All right, so we're going to talk about all of that stuff in the next few days. So stick with us. Tomorrow I'll put up a post later on today what time I'm going to do it, because it'll probably be in the afternoon for you guys. But we're going to talk about a lot of stuff. Okay, so people out here moving mad. All right, listen. Man, it's mad in the Donya. It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. Also, yeah, I don't know. Because they call each other big brother, little sister, whatever. Yeah, I don't get it. Are they actually family cousins? Sorry, they said cousins, whatever. Are they actually cousins or what? It's weird. They say they don't even like each other, but they're cousins or something. It's just weird. It's given we had sex, but we ain't telling nobody. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's given that. So, you know, yeah, we're going to talk about all of that kind of stuff in the next few weeks. So make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, click on that bell button, share this with somebody. We're back here tomorrow again to discuss more of this show, because we got to discuss it. It's a madness out here. And we're gonna, don't worry, I'm gonna get on Dile's dark arts. We're gonna get on his ass. He ain't gonna get around. He ain't gonna get free round here. Okay, he ain't gonna get free round here. He out here. Do you know what was mad about Dile's situation? How is he gonna be talking to? Is it Rosetta? Yeah. Talk to Rosetta and then talking to Sebo, right? I don't know how I remember these names, bruv. But Rose and Sebo, right? How is he going to go to Sebo when he told Sebo first that, you know, Sebo, I might see something between me and you, but then later on doesn't want to see it between him and Sebo because Rose has come out and said, actually, I see something between me and you. Then he goes and snitches about what Rose said to him, to Sebo, whilst telling Sebo, I don't want to be with you. Are you all right? It's giving you want drama. It's giving you want madness. It's giving you want all the madness to happen with your baby mothers because it keeps you in power. Well, we don't talk about that, right? We're going to talk about that. Don't worry, we're going to talk about that, guys. This week, we're going to talk about it. Okay? We're going to talk about this week. So you can catch up, guys. We're going to talk about today because that needs to be sorted out ASAP Rocky. That one's you snitching to one baby mother to the other baby mother tomorrow how you want me, and you know you don't want none of them. Right? The fact that both your baby mothers are arguing is only because of you. It's you. You don't have good boundaries. He knows what he's doing. He knows exactly what he's doing. Just like when he brought them in the first season and brought them together at the party. Just like he did in this particular party. And how are you going to bring your baby mothers to Zara's birthday party? Both of them. Now, I guess it's because they're preparing them to be in season 3. Maybe that's why. They're probably preparing them to be in season 3. But why the heck are they both invited to Zara's birthday? Why? I don't get it, right? Trust me, he's just messy. But anyway, yeah, we're gonna leave it. Someone said I was super surprised. Well, you know, he's very suave. He's very suave. Okay, so you know he's got some sauce about him. You can tell. You know what I mean? You can tell. So yeah. And they definitely look alike. I can't lie to you. They definitely look alike. So we're gonna get into it. You know what I mean? All right. So we're gonna leave it. But we're gonna leave it where it is. I promise you we're gonna talk about it during the course of the week. More of it's gonna come up as well. But I'm gonna be trying to release more videos for you guys. It's just because I'm away at the moment, so I can't do as much. But tomorrow we're back. Okay. All right. Yeah. Tomorrow we're back. All right, with full Vims, yeah, evening times and that. Get me. I appreciate you guys. Stay locked, stay loaded. We'll see you again very, very soon. Much love and appreciation.